Never underestimate the power of asking for help. Think about that phrase for a minute. I want to share a little story about a time that phrase was shared to me and the impact it had on my life. Brother Paul of the Universal Peace Officers, good morning, world. Just here today to remind you guys to get grounded, get centered, take care of your mind, body, and spirit so you can better love God, love yourself, and love others. The world's crazy, and we need all the help we can get. And where do we go for our help? You know, I was listening to Praise You in the Storm by Casting Crowns, and it talks about, where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. And that's true, and it's hard to remember sometimes to go to the Lord for help when we're in these trying times and the world has got us turned upside down. But it's important that we do that because the Lord wants us to go to Him for help. He wants us to call out to Him, and He wants us to know that He cares about us and He cares about our needs, and He'll try to help us and calm us and comfort us in the storms of life. It's important that we go to Him and we ask Him for help. Another thing that came to me today, in the last 24 hours, I've been kind of meditating, and God put this on my heart, and then how cool it was this morning. My devotional out of our daily bread is, God is my helper. So God was providing me some more information to prepare myself to internalize this message for myself and then share it with everybody else about where we get our help. And help does come from the Lord, and we got to call out and ask it for it, and He wants us to, and He wants to gift us with helping us. But God also puts people in our paths, and we got to have discernment and get around godly people, and godly people will help us in our godly goals, dreams, and aspirations. I remember my spiritual sponsor years ago, my AA sponsor, turned me on to this guy that I met at Mountaintop where I went to church. And one of the things he always told me was, you want to get close to God, get around godly people. And that's important, that we put godly people around us to help us to get closer to God and to be there for us when we need help. And also know that there's times when we're going to be asked for help, and we need to be willing to be helpers of God and His children. Back to the phrase, never underestimate the power of asking for help. I was doing a ropes course at a drug and alcohol treatment facility that I was living in 20 years ago. And we got blindfolded, and we all followed the leader, hands on shoulders, to learn trust as the leader is taking us down the woods through this course. And then we get to the rope, big ropes tied around a bunch of trees, and we get our hands put on it. We're told to find the exit, and we can ask for things that we need. Those are the things we're allowed to ask for. And we're going around on that rope course trying to find our way out, and the only questions we can ask are things that we need. And finally, after, going up there thinking I'm going to be the first one out, I was probably the second to the last one. I was unable to see that the thing I needed to ask for was help. And then when I asked for help, the leader showed me and took me over to the side, and he was a big guy. And he took that blindfold off me, and he wrapped his big arm around my shoulder and leaned over in my ear and said, never underestimate the power of asking for help. And that resonated with me, and it still sticks with me today. I still remember that man pouring into me and reminded me of the importance of asking for help. We got God we can turn to for help, and we got a lot of His kids out here on the earth that we can turn to for help. And then we need to be willing to be those brothers and sisters that God's going to put in other people's lives when they're going to reach out and ask us for help. So be there as a helping hand for your brothers and sisters. Look to your godly friends and family when you need help. And of course, don't forget to call on God, the maker of heaven and earth, the creator of the universe, to be your source of help. God, help us all to maintain our balance in the crazy times, and help us all to remember to take care of our mind, body, and spirit so that we can be better connected with you and allow us to spread peace, love, and compassion through prayer. God, fill me with peace, love, and compassion. God, fill my family and friends with peace, love, and compassion. God, fill all the earth and all the world with peace, love, and compassion. God bless America. Peace officers out.